Hello, hello, hello. You guys, this is the talk that I have been waiting for the entire time. This gentleman right here is the reason we are even having this forum, this summit. So this is Debjit. He is your head wizard. He is a Harry Potter fan who is also incredibly 4D and one of my favorite humans on the planet, I have to say. He's one of my besties. And I'm not just saying that, like literally, he's one of my besties. We talk like at least once a week, if not more, even though we're on opposite sides of the planet. So, hi, Debjit. I'm so glad you're here.
Hello.
And I can't
Hi.
wait to hear what your conversation or what your talk is all about.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me to this amazing event that you are bringing into the world. And I'm super stoked to share about everything about magical living. Thank you so much, Chase.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so let me hide myself and pop your screen up. And you're about to do a multi-mirror thing unless you move over to your slides right away. So, okay, awesome.
Thank you so much, Chase. Okay, so hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in this amazing summit that we are experiencing, where we are talking about spiritual matters. And I'm super excited to share with you about living magically in the fourth density stage of consciousness, right? Now, thing is, my name is Debjit, by the way. I am from India, and I came out of my dark night of the soul in mid 2020, and I found myself in the fourth density stage of consciousness. Now, the fourth density stage of consciousness is what I also refer to as the wizard stage of consciousness. Now, in this wizard stage of consciousness, what happens is you start living life magically. You start experiencing a lot of magicalness in your life, a lot of synchronicities, downloads, connection with your higher self. You start living your purpose fully. And I'm going to share with you what is wizard consciousness and how you can live life magically too, right? Now, what I'm going to do is we are going to begin with the understanding of what wizard consciousness is. Now, in order to understand what wizard consciousness is, the fourth density stage of consciousness, where all things become magical, we need to first understand the three stages of consciousness. Now, these three stages of consciousness are number one, the victim stage, number two, the hero stage, and number three, the wizard stage, right? So in our spiritual growth journey, oftentimes we find ourselves starting out at the victim stage of consciousness. So when we are in the victim stage of consciousness, we experience a lot of victimization patterns. We experience lack of self-worth, low confidence, lack of self-esteem, inferiority complex. We feel that we are not worth much in this world, that we are a nobody, right? Lot of victimization patterns are active when we are in the victim stage of consciousness. The reason it happens this way is because when we are in the victim stage of consciousness, what happens is our energy is very much dominant in our root chakra. The root chakra is all about survival and protection. So when your root chakra is dominant and it's imbalanced, everything about your life circles around survival and protection, right? So you feel that, I am this weak being. I do not have much capabilities that I can bring into this world. I just need to keep myself safe and protected, right? So the victim stage of consciousness is something that I easily, represent with a warrior who has gone into the battlefield, has dropped all his or her weapons, and has just picked up the shield, because the warrior, just to protect himself or herself, does not want to fight, just protection, just survival. That is very much what is the essence of victim stage of consciousness is. So when we're in the victim stage of consciousness, we are not chasing our dreams. We are not even dreaming. We do not have the courage to dream, because we feel that, I don't have it in me. I just can't do those things. So what is the point dreaming, having visions, having anything, right? So we just survive when we're in the victim state of consciousness. Now, what happens is, as we start growing, as we start learning the lessons, as we start integrating the lessons in our spiritual growth journey, we start learning the lessons behind our experiences. And the time comes when we come out of our victim state of consciousness and we arrive at our hero state of consciousness, which is the second stage of consciousness, right? So when we arrive at our hero state of consciousness, what happens is our energy, which was previously dominant in our root chakra, now it moves up and becomes dominant in our solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is in your belly, right? So when the energy becomes dominant in the solar plexus chakra, what happens is the person experiences the two powers or the twin powers of the hero, which is you start experiencing your willpower and you start developing trust in your own intellect. Now, it's not that you did not have willpower or intellect when you were in the victim stage. It's just that the victim was not able to, capitalize those powers like the hero can now, because the hero is at a much higher stage of consciousness, right? So what happens is suddenly you start understanding that, what, I have this fire in my belly, I have this willpower that I can use in order to push myself, in order to break out of my inhibitions, to break out of my comfort zone, so that I can push myself towards my dreams, towards my goals, towards the things that I want to do and things that I want to achieve in this world, right? And you start using your willpower to start moving towards what you want. You suddenly start speaking your truth. You suddenly start becoming more courageous, being more passionate. Suddenly you start understanding, now I cannot sit still. Now I need to become this more powerful version of me that I can see that I can become. I need to achieve my dreams and I need to achieve my goals, right? So what happens is, for the first time, you start to experience the value of goals. When somebody arrives at their hero stage of consciousness, suddenly goals become very important. Suddenly you start understanding that, what, I need to have the goals so that I can move towards what I want. And for the first time, the person starts, having all sorts of goals in their life. You find yourself setting all sorts of goals, like health goals, financial goals, relationship goals, even spiritual goals, because you just want to become. You just want to expand, you just want to grow, you just want to evolve, right? Now, another cool thing that happens, that you start understanding that, what, I also have this intellect. I have this intellect which I can use in order to solve the problems that is going to come in my way towards my goals. So I'm going to use my willpower to push out of my comfort zone towards my goals, and I'm going to use my intellect to solve the problems towards my goals. And this is how the hero uses the twin powers, that is the willpower and the intellect, in order to move forward in their journey. And as they do that, they find themselves becoming, conquering their inhibitions and evolving to this powerful version of themselves. And they find themselves after a time in a place in their life where they have become a lot of things, they have achieved a lot of their goals, and find themselves in a much more powerful position. They have left their victim self behind, right? Now, as they find themselves in such a glorious place in their life, they also start realizing soon enough that in spite of achieving all that I have achieved and becoming all that I've become, I still feel that there is some sense of lack in my life. There is this sense of void in my life, this sense of misalignment, something that is telling me I am still not doing what I'm supposed to do. Something so deeply wrong that I just don't understand what it is. And as that void starts increasing, the person start experiencing what might refer to as a spiritual crisis, or what one might refer to as a dark night of the soul, right? Now, as the person experiences the dark night of the soul, they start realizing this very soon, that these twin powers that they have been using as a weapon in their entire journey, now these two powers are now as good as useless when it comes to maneuvering the dark night of the soul, because your intellect and your willpower is going to be futile when it comes to the dark night of the soul, or the spiritual crisis that you find yourself facing. And that is when one finds themselves finally seeking something higher that can come and guide them in their journey through this darkness, through this spiritual crisis, through this dark night of the soul, right? And for the first time, the hero finds themselves open enough, receptive enough, and vulnerable enough to seek that higher voice and listen to their own intuition, to their own inner guidance that has been speaking to them all this time. It's just that the hero was too much enamored with the voice of the willpower and the intellect, that they just did not listen to the voice of the intuition. Now that they're finally vulnerable enough, receptive enough, now they're listening to their own intuition and inner guidance. And guess what? This intuition and this inner guidance is the voice of your own higher self. Your higher self speaks to you through your intuition and through your inner guidance. So when the hero finally connects to this intuition and inner guidance, they finally arrive at this juncture where they are able to surrender. The hero finally surrenders, and in that surrendering, the hero dies and the wizard arrives. Now, when I say that the hero surrenders, to understand this, that I do not mean that the hero surrenders to somebody else. What I mean is that the hero surrenders to life. You see, there is no such thing as the word surrender in the dictionary of the hero, because the whole hero construct is all about the go-getter energy, fight till you die energy, fight till your last breath energy. That thing is what makes the hero. So when I say the hero surrenders, the hero does not surrender to somebody else. The hero surrenders to life itself, to universe itself. And in that surrendering, the hero dies and the wizard arrives. So the wizard stage of consciousness, in essence, is your connection with your higher self. When a person becomes established in their connection with their higher self, in that moment, you become a wizard or a wizardess. You see, this is the essence of what wizard consciousness is all about. Now, in the next section, I'm going to talk about the role of inner harmony in the ascension journey. But before I do that, if any of you who is listening to me right now, or maybe in the replay, please feel free to leave any question, any curious questions that you have about everything that I'm sharing in the chat section. I will try to read your questions at the end of the session, or answer them in the chat if you are watching this as the replay. Right? So I'm going to quickly check the chat just anyway. If I see that there is something I can see, I cannot see any chat at the moment, so I'm going to continue. Right. So like I mentioned, that now that you know what is the essence of wizard stage of consciousness, now I'm going to share with you about the role of inner harmony in the spiritual ascension journey. So you see, the entire spiritual ascension journey is about the soul moving towards higher and higher levels of inner harmony within. That's it. You see? So what do I mean by that? You see, when I say higher level of inner harmony means higher level of happiness, higher level of peace, higher level of bliss, higher level of excitement, passion, joy, all that good stuff is a byproduct of a harmonious state of being, isn't it? Right? So if you probe into any of your desires, that you have, you are going to quickly find out that all your desires are just a permission slip to move towards higher levels of harmony within. That's it. Just think about it. Any desire that you have right now, you want that desire manifested in your life. Why? Because you feel that you are going to experience a higher level of inner harmony within in the manifestation of that desire in your life, right? So what does that say? It says that all desires are just a permission slip to move towards higher and higher levels of inner harmony within, right? And in wizard consciousness, we understand this. We understand that the core desire of the soul is the desire for inner harmony, right? And this is why, for the most part, in the wizard consciousness teachings with my clients, with my students, with my program, we majorly work on this core desire of the soul. We do not work on, for the most part, on individual desires at a time, because we understand if we can find a way to fulfill the core desire of the soul consciously and consistently and move towards higher and higher levels of inner harmony within, then all desires that is part of our soul's blueprint is going to effortlessly flow into our life while we enjoy the present moment. You see, that is the magic of wizard consciousness. You see, let me share with you a simple analogy that is going to make things very, very clear. So think about having a big tree in your garden. Let's say if you have a garden and you have a big tree in your garden and you want to water that tree. So you take your watering hose and you go to the tree and you start watering at the trunk of that tree, at the stem of the tree, at the branches of the tree, at the leaves of the tree, at the flowers of that tree, at the fruits of that tree, right? But you spend a whole lot of time, watering those parts of that tree. Now what happens? No matter how much you water those parts, the tree is not going to receive much nutrition, much nourishment, because it's not going to be able to absorb water from these places. You're pouring water at not the right place, right? Now, if you take the watering hose, the same watering hose, and you go directly at the root of the tree and pour water in the root of the tree, not only you will save time, but now the root is going to be able to absorb the water and circulate all the water into all parts of the tree. right? And the tree gets nourishment. Your core desire of your soul's core desire is inner harmony. And if you just take care of that desire on a moment to moment basis, which I'm going to teach you how to do that in a short while, you will be able to manifest all your desires effortlessly, because that is the root desire. You see, I hope it's making sense, right? So this is why it's so important that we pay attention to our inner harmony levels in our spiritual ascension journey, because it's the core desire of the soul, right? Now, if you have any questions, again, for what I'm sharing, please share it in the chat section, right? I'm going to be reading your questions at the end of the session, and I'll be answering the questions. And even if you're watching in the replay, please ask the questions in the chat sections, right? Now, I'm now going to move to the next part of the masterclass, which is how can you manifest your most magical life by coming in alignment with your life purpose timeline, right? So what do I mean by your life purpose timeline, and how can that help you manifest your most magical life? Now, in order to understand what a life purpose timeline is, we need to understand first what a timeline is. Now, a timeline is a fourth density concept, something that I cannot entirely share in this short session. This is something that I share in depth in my programs, which I'm going to talk about very, very soon. But I'm going to try to give you a simplistic understanding what a timeline is, what a life purpose timeline is, and how timeline shifting works, right? So essentially, your life purpose timeline is like your private highway. Okay, let's think about it. Let's say you have a private highway. So your private highway is definitely going to be designed for your maximum driving pleasure, right? So you will probably have the best scenery and probably have no cars in your private highway, and you're going to be able to drive your car as fast as possible, right? That's going to be your private highway, right? Now, you are a unique soul, and you have a unique frequency, and you have a unique private highway. Similarly, everybody has their own private highway. Now, the problem that happens is we end up on other people's private highways. And when that happens, we experience a lot of struggle, we experience a lot of strife, we experience a lot of friction, we experience like we are living a wrong life, right? Because we end up on other people's private highway, forgetting that we have our unique private highway waiting for us. What is your unique private highway? It is your soul path, the path that you came here to travel, which I refer to as your life purpose timeline, right? Your life purpose timeline is your path of least resistance and most harmonious evolution. And whenever you come in alignment with your life purpose timeline, you start experiencing manifestation of everything that is part of your soul's blueprint effortlessly coming into your life while you enjoy the present moment, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to now show you a image which I've created, a simple diagram that is going to help you understand the concept of life purpose timeline. So I'm going to show you a little image that is going to appear in the screen. So I hope that you can see this diagram that I've created. So here you can see something that here we have a thick purple line, which I am referring to as your life purpose timeline. Here I have written your choices at the bottom. Here I've written that this is your path of least resistance and most harmonious evolution. Here I've written core vibrational frequency, and here you can see some lines are going right ways and left ways. I'm going to take a little bit of water and then I'm going to continue. So as you can see, that this thick purple line is your life purpose timeline, right? This is your path of least resistance and most harmonious evolution. Now, what is happening is you are making choices all the time in this now moment. There's not a moment when you're not making a choice. And every single choice has a frequency. Every choice has a unique frequency. And you are a unique soul, and you have a unique frequency. And your soul's true frequency is what I refer to as your core vibrational frequency. Now, what happens is when you make a choice in this now moment, and if that choice does not align with the frequency, if the frequency of that choice does not match the frequency of your soul or your core vibrational frequency, if you insist on making that choice, what happens is you move away from your life purpose timeline. You move away from your path of least resistance and most harmonious evolution, and your life gets harder and harder. Similarly, when you start making choices whose frequency matches your soul's true frequency, your core vibrational frequency, that is when you start moving towards your soul, your true path, which is your life purpose timeline, and your life gets easier and easier. So this is the essence of what timeline shifting is, right? If you notice that you are making choices all the time, and sometimes we make choices thinking that that choice just makes sense. But if you will notice that sometimes the very choices that just makes, logical sense, rational sense, they take you on a path where you later find out that, my life is becoming harder and harder, difficult and difficult. And although that choice made sense, but I never felt good making that choice, and I did not pay attention to that, and now I'm suffering. And sometimes we make those inspired choices where we don't understand why we are feeling so inspired, feeling so guided towards that choice. But we make those choices. Whenever we make those leap of faith, we find ourselves entering a life where things become more and more magical. We meet the right people, synchronicity starts appearing. We experience flow states. So that is the essence of what timeline shifting is. Whenever you make harmonious choices, the choices that is in alignment with your soul's true frequency, you are going to automatically come in alignment with your life purpose timeline. And this is how you come in alignment with your life purpose timeline, by making harmonious choices, right? Now that you know this, now that you understand what a life purpose timeline is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now move to the next part, which is how your inner guidance system works, right? Now that you know what is the essence of what a life purpose timeline is, now I'm going to share with you how you can easily come in alignment with your life purpose timeline, right? Now, thing is, you have an inner guidance system. You have an inner guidance system which is very much like a GPS that is constantly guiding you, giving you signals so that you can easily and effortlessly come in alignment with your life purpose timeline. So just think about it. Now that you understand that you have like a private highway, you might be thinking like, okay, what if I just did have a GPS, something that will constantly tell me what choices to make, so that I don't make wrong choices and make the right choices, or rather harmonious choices, so that I can, constantly move towards my life purpose timeline. And when I come in alignment with my private highway, then I'm not going to budge. I'm going to keep making the right choices. What if such a mechanism exists? And that is the thing. Your inner guidance system is your inner GPS, which is built in within you. It has been there within you since the day you were born, and it has been giving you signals constantly so that you can come in alignment with your life purpose timeline, right? And I'm going to teach you how to pay attention to the signals of your inner guidance system, because once you know how to do this, it will become just so much easy for you to start making the right choices and come in alignment with your private highway. So what is this inner guidance system? What is this magical inner GPS that I say is right here within you, guiding you 24/7, right? So your inner guidance system is your own state of being. You see, what I would like you to do is, I would like you to, after this session, maybe, think about any choice that you need to make. It need not be a big choice. It could be any choice, like a choice of going to a vacation, or choice, maybe a career choice, a relationship choice, or just choice of which book to read or which movie to watch. Okay. So as you think about making that choice, I want you to just reflect on that choice, ponder about that choice, put that choice in your head and think about it, right? As you think about this choice, I would like you to bring certain amount of awareness to your own state of being. And if you notice that just thinking about that choice, your state of being feels contracted, you feel tense, you feel contracted, your energy feels tense, you feel that, maybe negative emotions are coming up, maybe you're feeling a little bit of anxiety, maybe you're experiencing a little bit of fear, maybe a little bit of uncertainty, maybe you notice your very energy is pulling out of that choice, as if it just doesn't want to go there. If such things are happening in your state of being, if you notice, just by thinking about that choice, then that is a clear sign that particular choice, the frequency of that choice is out of alignment with your soul's true frequency. And that is why your soul is rejecting it. You see, it's in dissonance, it's fighting it, right? So if you insist on making that choice, which you can, because you have free will, what is going to happen? You are going to move out of alignment with your life purpose timeline, and you are going to experience difficulties in your life. This is what happens many times in our life. We do not pay attention to our inner guidance. We listen to our head. our linear logical mind, and we make decisions, and we later find out that, wow, I should have listened to my intuition, right. Similarly, I would also want you to do this, that if you think about maybe another choice, and think about it, ponder about it, and while pondering, bring a certain amount of awareness to your state of being, and you start to notice that, you know what, I am experiencing relaxation in my state of being. Wow, like I'm feeling relaxed. I'm feeling, at ease. My emotions are quieter. I'm experiencing peace. I'm experiencing joy. I'm maybe even experiencing excitement just thinking about making that choice. And you might even notice that your very energy is pulling you towards that choice. You just can't keep yourself from making that choice. Right now, if such things are happening, such positive, high vibrational experiences are happening in your state of being, then that is a clear sign that particular choice is in alignment with your life purpose timeline, right? And if you make that choice, then what is going to happen? You are going to slowly and steadily start moving towards your life purpose timeline, and your life is going to become more and more magical. Synchronicities are going to appear in your life. The right people are going to appear in your life. The right ideas are going to appear in your life. You're going to experience flow moments every day, which I get to experience, which my clients and students are getting to experience as they learn to pay attention to their inner guidance system. Flow moments will appear, which is the single biggest sign that you're coming into alignment with your true path, your life purpose time, and you're going to be able to live your soul purpose effortlessly, easily, right? So the essence of everything that I've shared with you till now, if I want to conclude, what I'd like to give to you is, moving forward, I would like you to understand this, that there is this private highway that is waiting for you, your soul's true path. Okay, it's there, it exists. And you have this inner GPS, your inner guidance system, waiting for you to pay attention to its signals so that you can make the right choices and come in alignment with it. What do you need to do to make this thing happen? You just need to make the right choices. Right choices meaning harmonious choices. Start making choices by paying attention to your inner guidance system. When you start making choices by paying attention to your own state of being, you'll notice if that choice is a harmonious choice or not. Start making harmonious choices and stop making disharmonious choices. If you just do this, start making harmonious choices more and more, then you are going to see that you are automatically experiencing more and more magic in your life, because you are going to come in alignment with your life purpose timeline. You see? So this is the end of the theoretical section of the talk. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you about something that I've created that can take you to the next level of magicalness, to help you become a true wizard or a wizardess. Thing is, I have developed a fantastic program, a 6-week program, which I call the Wizard Initiation Program, which I have designed so that you can learn everything that you need to know about timeline shifting, about your inner guidance system, about your inner harmony, so that you can come in alignment with your private highway as soon as possible. Start living life magically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little presentation which I've created, which is all about the program, what you are going to experience if you join the program, what are some of the results you can experience, some of the transformation you can experience if you do the program, right? And I'm going to have a big discount for you because you're attending this fantastic summit hosted by my good friend Cherise. So I'm going to show you a presentation now, which will be about the program. So I hope you can see the presentation screen, in your screen, right? So as you can see, this is the 6-week wizard initiation program that I've been talking about. Now, this program is about 3 goals. The number 1 goal is to help you align with your life purpose timeline. The second goal is to help you develop your connection with your inner guidance system. And number 3 goal is to 2x your inner harmony levels in 6 weeks, right? So double your inner harmony levels in 6 weeks, right? So what are we going to learn in the program, right? Now, what I'm going to learn is I'm going to teach you how you can develop a strong connection with your inner guidance system, your inner GPS. And you're going to learn about the 4 inner indicators of your inner guidance system. So just like a dashboard in your car has indicators which tells you about the health of your car, similarly, the way I teach the inner guidance system I teach our inner guidance system having 4 inner indicators. And these 4 inner indicators are comfort, satisfaction, inspiration, and resonance, right? So these are the 4 inner indicators. And I'm going to teach you in the 6-week program how to pay attention to each of these inner indicators, so that you can start making the right choices, the harmonious choices, so that you can quickly align with your life purpose timeline, right? Now I'm going to teach you the inner audit method. It's a method that will help you access your inner guidance system. You'll learn to pay attention to the signals of each of the 4 inner indicators of your inner GPS, right? I'm going to share with you inner GPS integration exercises. I'm going to share specific exercises with you that will help you establish a connection with each inner indicator of your inner guidance system. Now, this will enable you to pay attention to the signals of your inner guidance system 24/7 throughout the day. Relaxation centering practice. You will learn a simple 5-minute centering practice that will enable you to consciously take charge of your inner harmony and create your own inner harmony at your own will. Timeline shifting. You're going to learn how timeline shifting works in 4th density stage of consciousness. You're going to discover how to align with your path of least resistance and experience the most harmonious evolution quickly and easily. Power of harmonious choices. You're going to use the power of harmonious choices to shift towards your highest timeline. You'll make comfortable yet steady progress towards your most magical life. Manifesting using wizarding laws. You'll learn to manifest your most magical life by understanding the laws of wizard consciousness. You'll discover how to effortlessly bring forth your heart's desires by applying the principles of 4D reality. The resonance game. I'm going to teach you a powerful 1-hour practice that will boost your inner harmony in a very short span of time. You'll be able to effortlessly access the flow states using this practice. Tracking inner harmony levels. You'll be able to measure your inner harmony levels in clear metrics. You'll also be able to track your progress in your inner harmony levels. So once you join the program, you're going to be given a sheet like this, and you will be able to track your inner harmony scores in clear metrics so that you will be able to understand how much progress you're making in moving towards higher levels of inner harmony every single day, right? Now, the program structure. Now, the program, the Vision Initiation program, is essentially divided into 3 parts, which is number 1, video lessons, number 2, one-on-one coaching sessions with me, and number 3, exercises. So there will be 42 video lessons, which is 1 lesson per day for 6 weeks, right? There will be 6 1-hour weekly one-on-one spiritual coaching sessions with me over Zoom, and there will be daily action items and inner alignment exercises. So about the video lessons, like I mentioned, there will be 42 video lessons to help you align with your life purpose timeline. So there are 6 weeks in the programs, 42 days, and 42 video lessons. And these lessons will be about connecting with your inner guidance system. You can see some of the sample lessons here. Now, the second part is weekly one-on-one coaching sessions. So we are going to meet once a week for 1 hour for private one-on-one spiritual coaching session with me. And in these coaching sessions, I'm going to provide you spiritual guidance and mentoring, exercises and action items. There will be daily inner alignment action items and exercises with each video lesson, which will help you integrate the lessons and align with your life purpose timeline quickly and easily. Now, some of the results that you can experience during and after the program are: number 1, inner harmony. You're going to experience deeper levels of inner harmony, peace, and bliss on a daily basis. Your level of inner harmony will keep rising. Activating your magical abilities. You'll activate your magical abilities of manifesting and healing effortlessly. You'll start living life magically in all areas of your life. Alignment with your soul purpose. You are going to experience clarity of your soul purpose, what you came here to do on earth. You are going to experience forward movement in your soul purpose journey. Timeline shifting. You'll align with your highest timeline, your path of least resistance and most harmonious evolution. Your life will become an incredibly joyous journey for you. Higher mind connection. You'll develop a strong and yet a clear connection with your higher mind. You'll be able to receive downloads and guidance from your higher mind that will guide you through your life's decisions. Flow states. You'll be able to stay in the magical flow states throughout the day. You'll be fully living in the present moment, enjoying the now moment all the time. Making life changes. You'll be able to make important life changes harmoniously that will allow you to move closer to your highest timeline. You'll have clarity about what choices you need to make to move towards your most magical life. Manifestation magic. The more you come in alignment with your life purpose timeline, your heart's desires will start manifesting effortlessly in your life. You'll be able to receive everything that your life has to offer to you. Abundance flow. As you align with your life purpose timeline, you'll start experiencing abundance in all areas of your life, flowing into your experience effortlessly. You're going to experience abundance in areas of health, wealth, relationships, and spiritual growth. Healing. As your inner harmony levels rises, you'll experience spontaneous healing and integration. You'll heal your wounds, traumas, and hurts during these meditation sessions that I'm going to conduct with you. Spiritual acceleration. Your growth journey will accelerate as you come in alignment with your life purpose timeline. You'll start spiritually up leveling really quickly, and you will ascend to higher stages of consciousness. Coming out of stuckness. As your vibration rises, you'll come out of stuckness in areas of your life where you previously felt blocked. You'll come out of low vibrational patterns and you will emerge as a new being, higher version of you. As your vibration rises, you'll soon ascend to your higher version, the new you, the magical you, or the wizard you. You'll live life magically using the magical principles that I'll teach you in the program. Living authentically. You'll be able to live authentically. You'll be able to express your soul's true authentic energy without fear. You'll be able to radiate your light to others without fear. Overcoming negative emotions. As your vibration rises, you'll overcome negative emotional patterns that has been preventing you from living your best life. You'll be able to consciously create a harmonious state of being at your own will. Triggers and balance. You'll be able to maintain inner balance and harmony during emotionally triggering situations. You'll be able to heal your triggers and learn from them, which will add to your spiritual growth. Higher vibrational states. You'll ascend to higher stages of consciousness effortlessly, and you will keep ascending. More high vibrational experiences will become accessible to you as you rise in frequency. Now, what do you need to dive into the program? So, if you want to dive into the program, you will need these 4 time commitments in your schedule placed, right? The first time commitment is you'll need once a week, 1 hour, one-on-one coaching session time with me, which will be a total of 6 sessions in the span of 6 weeks with a gap of 7 days between each session. You'll need at least 10 minutes per day on average to watch the video lessons, 5 minutes per day for centering meditation practices, and 15 to 30 minutes per day for implementing some of the other exercises. So the total time required is something like this: 1 hour per week for one-on-one spiritual coaching sessions with me, and about 30 minutes per day on average for watching the video lessons, practicing the exercises, and doing the meditation practices. That's it. So who is this program meant for? So if you are a person who wants to develop your intuitive abilities and you want to connect with your higher mind, you feel you are ready to trust your intuition more, then yes, this program is meant for you. If you want to live magically and if you want to align with your soul purpose journey, then this program is definitely meant for you. And if you want to live in the present moment and you want to enjoy the bliss of being in the flow state all the time, then absolutely this program is meant for you, right? Now, this is my offer for you because you are attending this fantastic summit. Current investment for my 6-week wizard initiation program is $1999. But because you're attending, you can get this program at $1499, but only if you get back to me within 48 hours, which is the span of 2 days, right? Now, you can also pay for the program using a 3-part installment plan with 3 equal payments spaced within 2 weeks apart over a period of 6 weeks. But for this option, you'll incur a service charge of 10% of the total fee. Now, how you will going to access the program once you buy it? So once you buy the program and purchase the program, I'm going to give you direct access to my personal Google Drive, which contains the entire course content. You'll be able to download the entire course content directly into your desktop. I'm also going to give you access to my YouTube unlisted playlist, which will also contain all the 42 video lessons with daily action items. Right? Now, how you're going to join my Wizard Initiation program. So if you resonate with everything that I've shared with you, and if you want to join, all you have to do is either send me a private message in Facebook or just send me an email at my email, headwizard@debjit.com. Right? Now, once you send me an email or a message, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you for a free onboarding session. It'll be about a 60-minute session where I'm going to ask you a few questions to understand whether the program is a right fit for you at the moment or not, where you are in your spiritual growth journey. And if I feel that this program is a right fit for you, I'm going to offer you the program, right? So thank you so much for knowing about my program. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to see if some of you have a few questions. I'm going to see in the chat section. Unfortunately, yes. Yes, it says that you're not showing your slide, you're showing a text box on the tab screen. I hope, Paul, that you were able to see me. Maybe it was in the beginning of the session. Okay, so I think I have 10 minutes till my talk ends. So everybody who is watching this, I see Paul, you are watching it. Some of my other friends, Sharice is definitely watching. If anybody have any questions that you'd like to ask me, feel free to put in the chat section. Paul says that he has no questions. Anybody who's watching the replay, please feel free to ask me questions, anything that you'd like to ask me about anything that I've shared in the comment section. Okay. Jennifer was confirming this is timeline jumping. Yeah, interesting. Can you elaborate what Jennifer was asking? You have mentioned in the chat that something about timeline jumping, and Jennifer was asking about that. Paul, if you can put me what the question was, I'd love to explore, right? Oh, is this quantum jumping? Quantum jumping. Interesting. Okay. Oh, Shirish is asking this. Okay. I've heard about quantum jumping. Actually, very recently, I was watching this ad of this person, this elderly person from Mind Valley. If you know about Mind Valley, this amazing organization, right? Where the person mentioned about quantum jumping and how that there are multiple parallel realities and how you can enter a particular parallel reality and gain the skills of your parallel self and download it into this reality. Very, very interestingly, I found many parallels to what I share about timeline shifting. And thanks for asking about this, Jennifer, because yes, timeline shifting has many similarities with quantum jumping. Because when I talk about timeline shifting, I am also coming from the very similar place that the universe is a place of infinite potential, that there are no fixed timelines, there's no fixed destiny, that we can enter any destiny at our own will, and that there are multiple scripts running, infinite scripts running. I remember reading this amazing book called Reality Transurfing by this writer Vladimir Zeland or something like this, where he mentioned about infinite scripts. And when I started downloading about the knowledge of timeline shifting, my higher self also guided me towards similar perception that there are infinite pathways in our life that we can go towards. Certain pathways are very aligned to what we truly are, our true frequency. Certain pathways are not so aligned. And it is our choices which take us towards different pathways, because we are essentially gods in our own reality. We are creators of our own reality. We are painters of the canvas of our reality, right? And it's the choices that we make every single moment takes us toward different paths. And this is why it becomes so important that we understand and take responsibility of our choices, because we don't want to end up in places which is not going to work in our favor, right? The understanding is very simple, actually. Like if you're driving, you can take the shortcut, or you can take the freeway, or you can go through the jungle, or you can take any other path, maybe a muddy path or whatever. You always have that choice. What choice are you going to make? That is the question. So there are infinite paths every single moment open up before us. We can enter any portal. Every choice takes us towards a different portal and different lineup of experiences. Now, again, this is something that I cannot entirely share in a short session, but a timeline is like a portal. And yes, it is very similar to quantum jumping, but maybe a little bit different because of the way I've been perceiving things. But other than that, there are lots of parallels. So thank you so much for mentioning about this, Jennifer. And thank you so much for attending.